There's so much going on in the land of course creators, coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs alike. So much more than we can really put our sense on right now. The world has shifted beneath our very feet. And if we don't start playing the game from this place of trusting and allowing and radical surrender, radical peace, then we're going to have a lot of lost energy. We're going to have a lot of frustrations, resentments, and downright terrible results. So this episode, I'm going to walk through just some things that I'm noticing in the marketplace when it comes to my students and other entrepreneurs and even some of my mentors that I've gotten to work closely with through the years. Some of the things that they're experiencing, some of the things that are going on inside their business. So if you are seeing a downslope in results, if you're not seeing your business growing as it once might have grown, so I have a feeling you're going to feel at home with this episode, so stay tuned. I'm Adam Kadu, and it's time to master the art of real heart alignment, where you live, work, and play from your personal power as energy aligns, your gifts flow, and life simply works. These life-changing conversations are designed to help you to see what you're not seeing, hear what you're not hearing, and to be who you're not being, as the world needs more heart-centered leaders now more than ever. Are you ready to say no to living a half-hearted life and say yes instead to boldly living from a place of real heart alignment? Welcome to the Adam Kadu Podcast. Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to the Adam Kadu Podcast. What is going on today? In this episode, as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to take a look at what's going on in this entrepreneur space. And when I first started my entrepreneur journey, there was so many different people that I just saw as like, wow, they're crushing it. They've got it figured out. You know, they're showing up powerfully. They're doing their thing. 6 months later, they're gone, ghosted. And there's so much of that going on today because there was this boom in 2020 where a lot of people came on the space and wanted to be an entrepreneur and wanted to create courses and wanted to be a coach, a consultant, wanted to have group coaching programs. They wanted to help people in a way that felt aligned to them at this time. Little by little, inch by inch, the marketplace in basically every industry known to man became convoluted, polluted, with all these peeps with big promises, these peeps with their marketer hats on, trying to say the right thing so that way they can get you to buy, knowing that they aren't really solving problems. They're just in it for the money, but they're very good at marketing. There was a lot of that was going on. And those people are being found out. And there's more people that have taken programs in the last year and a half that are being tarnished by their experiences in these programs. And so when you're selling your program or your coaching or your consulting in this arena that we're playing in right now, more and more consumers, more and more potential customers are stuck in the mud just a little bit harder than they were in the past. And if we are approaching this game from the same standpoint as always, but the game is changing, then chances are your results are sliding. They're on a downslope, a downtrend. And I know what it feels like to have early successes followed by a whole bunch of quote unquote failures or struggles. I know what that can do to your mental health. I know what that can do to your heart. And so in this episode today, I just wanted to open up this can of worms a little bit to allow you a little bit more space and grace to understand that this game you're playing, the results you are seeing or not seeing right now, this isn't a game that we want to take serious. This isn't a game that we want to take personally. Because what happens a lot of times is we see successes and it feels good to us. Yes, I am successful. I created that. I did that. And on the other side of it, if you're playing that game of taking all the credit for yourself, then naturally when things go wrong, you're going to put it all on yourself as well. And yet again, you're not looking at the entire game. It's like playing the game of Monopoly, right? Like I know this game, like I'm going to go after Park Place and Boardwalk. I'm going to get some railroads. I'm going to get some of these more popular places where people are landing, and you can really book them when people, land on there. It's like playing that game. You know this game. You understand this game. And all of a sudden we flip this board over and it's a whole different game we're playing. Are you going to beat yourself up for not being as good as you were at the previous game we were playing? Chances are no. You're going to have a lot more space and grace and compassion for yourself learning this new landscape. And the same is true for what we're dealing with today. Because you already know, like it was become apparent for a while, even after the whole COVID days, right? There was still some wacky, weird stuff going on in the world. People's buying habits were changing. People were getting more and more and more stuck in consumerism, and not consumerism of consuming education and courses and curriculum and trying to get better. But a lot of people had taken a step back in resignation, and they're doing the things, they're creating old patterns and old habits and things that aren't going to get the results they're after. And so when you come along as their guide, because they're the hero on the journey, right? And I am going to talk a little bit about movie language, if you will. They're the hero. You are simply the guide. If you have an ego of needing to be right, needing to be seen, needing to be the one who gets the results for your clients, taking the credit from everybody else, that ego, people are going to feel that and they're going to shy away. Trust me when I say this. So now more than ever is this game we're playing of you showing up with your number one superhero strength, and that is deep-seated understanding and compassion. Because when people know that you understand them, when people know you actually care about them, not this facade that a lot of people are putting out online, when people know in their hearts that you care deeply about them, they are much more likely to press go, to take that step, to do the dance with you. But if they get this sense at all that you're coming from this place of need and lack, and I hope this works, and I've got to make this work. I got people in my environment, my significant other, and family and parents and all this stuff looking at me weird. Your results are downsliding, money's getting thin, might be falling into more debt. It puts a lot of pressure on you. And if you take this game so freaking serious, it's going to suffocate you. And with all this pressure, with all this suffocation, with all this thinking that I need to be somebody to do things in a way to get the results I'm after, but all the while, you're not working from heart. You're not working from caring from people. If that's the game you're playing, people are going to feel it. They're going to sense it. And so it's time to take a step back. Pause for a moment. And I'm not talking about taking a step back to go on your heels. I'm talking about just pausing. Because there's so much power in the pause. And instead of the next time you're getting ready to go to work, you just jump on the computer, you're kind of in this reactive state, this heightened state, this anxious state. Pause. Breathe. Connect with the feeling that you've been given on this earth, this feeling that you're here to give to others. Now, what is that feeling? Is it hope? Is it joy? Is it excitement? Is it the sense of clarity, of knowing, of